Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of our guests, speakers, and most importantly, students of Eagle Online Academy. We welcome you and we thank you for joining in this great celebration of the fierce, smart, courageous, and hope-filled students of Eagle Online Academy. My name is Michelle Quinn. I'm Senior Advisor at Constellus, and I have the privilege of supporting Mosgan on her Board of Advisors at Eagle Online. Against war, trauma, loss, tragedy, and challenging and dark days, the women and girls of Eagle Online present to us what hope looks like, what resolve looks like. And so today we are celebrating the resolve, determination, and academic achievements of the female students of Eagle Online Academy. The vision of EOA is met and matched by the vision of 383 Afghan and 52 Ukrainian students that we welcome to celebrate today. These women are committed to growing their minds and to investing themselves in learning. In doing so, they poise and prepare themselves to become the very forces of nature that will return to their nations in the future and will become the driving force that stabilizes, heals, and rebuilds. The nations of Afghanistan and Ukraine will be the beneficiaries of these smart, educated, and passionate women and girls who seek to return to their nations and to restore them to peace and prosperity. In these efforts, these women and girls bring us hope and inspiration. We are grateful beyond words. We stand with you, and we thank you. Now, as we proceed, I would like to introduce Howie Lind, the President and CEO of ISOA, the International Stability Operations Association. ISOA has been a constant and steady supporter of all efforts of Eagle Online Academy and Mosgan since the inception of the Academy. We are so grateful to ISOA. Howie, welcome, and thank you for your engagement.
Thank you, Michelle. I'm Howie Lind, the president of the International Stability Operations Association, or ISOA. We are so happy to be part of this wonderful celebration of the Eagle Online Academy virtual graduation ceremony. Thank you all for joining this graduation celebration. I want to give a special thanks and congratulations to Mosgan Wafiq Al-Akazi for your leadership and for creating and running this great organization. ISOA has been a strategic partner with Eagle Online Academy for many years. I want to also thank Michelle Quinn, who is the Master of Ceremony for this celebration. Michelle has been a longtime leader of ISOA, previously serving as the chairman of the ISOA Board of Directors, and for the past several years leading the Women, Peace, and Security Program for ISOA. And I thank the distinguished guests and speakers who you will hear from shortly. And finally, I congratulate all the graduates of the Eagle Online Academy who will be recognized today. Thank you all again for being here. Back to you, Michelle.
Thank you so much, Howie. We really are sincere in our gratitude to ISOA for everything that it does, not only across stability operations, but specifically for the imperatives of women, peace, and security, for advancing the opportunities, inclusion, and training of women across the globe. So we're grateful to you. Mosgan is grateful to you. And thank you for providing us with all of your services and your help today so that we can have this forum to recognize and celebrate the women of Eagle Online Academy. And with that, we'll turn our attention to our first speaker this morning. Thank you.
Okay, thanks so much. Thank you, Michelle. Good afternoon, dear excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone who join us today. First of all, I'd like to welcome all our guests. Especially, I'd like to thank our guest speaker for being for taking their time from their very busy schedule and join us. So today I'm going to give you some background about Eagle Online Academy. So the first thing that I have established Eagle Online Academy on 2019. The main purpose of Eagle Online Academy to serve women in developing and war-torn countries, and our starting point was Afghanistan. So we launched our first courses on 2020, and we have trained more than 220 women from 17 provinces of Afghanistan for the first year. And our first graduation took place by July 2021, just 1.5 months before the Taliban took over Afghanistan. By August 2021, so much changed in Afghanistan. And also Eagle Online Academy tried to respond to many emergencies needs based on the situation that changed in Afghanistan in the last 1.5 years or maybe close to 2 years. So by August 2021, when the Taliban took over Afghanistan, we have received more than 100,000 of refugees in US. And also, we have more than millions of Afghan refugees in neighboring countries like Pakistan, India, Turkey, Tajikistan, with limited access to education or with no access to education. So that's why Eagle Online Academy and our board members has decided to extend our services to serve Afghan female refugee in US and other neighboring countries. So this is how we have launched our first program calling Empowering Refugee. And by March 2022, when the Taliban announced that they are not allowing women and girls to they are not allowing the girls from above grade 6 to go to school. So it was a very shocking news for us, and we couldn't take it lightly. That's why we have decided to extend our services and serve Afghan girls from grade 7 to 12. And we have launched our Educate to Graduate program, and we have the honor to serve more than 120 girls at the beginning, and we are going to extend our services to 1,200 girls by next month. And unfortunately, there is another tragedy happened in the world. It was the Ukraine war that was very shocking for everyone around the world, I'm sure. And as a Afghan, we always understand how the face of war is ugly and how it's hard for a country to be in war. So that's why, based on Eagle Online Academy mission to serve women in developing and war-torn zones, so we have decided to extend our services to Ukrainian female refugees and as well to Ukrainian female in the ground. So this is all about our services that we provide: this training, e-mentorship, career coaching, and job readiness program. This is all our courses that we are providing. It's business skills training, IT networking, cybersecurity, project management, cloud management, software development, IT services, and English language training. So this is the demographic information about our students. So our graduates are aged between 16 to 55. Their genders are female. Their nationalities are Afghan and Ukrainian. So we are graduating this time 283 Afghans, and we are graduating 52 Ukrainian. So I'll be happy to congratulate all our resilience. And our students, our Afghan students are based in Afghanistan, USA, Pakistan, India, Turkey, Tajikistan, Germany, and Canada. And our Ukrainian students are based in Poland, Romania, USA, and Canada. So thanks so much. And now I'm going to share one of our videos, the sample of our students' messages that they want to share their thank you note or their warm welcome to our guests. And unfortunately, we have to blurry their faces because of security situation in Afghanistan. But of course, we will share our Ukrainian videos sometimes separately with.
Hello, Eagle Online Academy. I'm from Afghanistan.
I currently live in Romania.
Living in Romania and Bucharest.
Living in Pakistan.
I live in Virginia, America.
I live in Kabul, Afghanistan.
This is Maria from Ukraine.
I'm living in Kabul, Afghanistan.
I'm from Ukraine. I'm from Ukraine. Now I live in Bucharest, in Romania.
I was lucky to attend business English course at Eagle Online Academy.
I really liked your course. It was very helpful for me.
When I came to the United States, I had the problem of speaking English. I cannot communicate with people around me in the society.
Eagle Online Academy programs give me the opportunity to manage my organization effectively and feel hopefully for the future of our next generation.
So this course was an excellent resource for me to improve my English, and it was very effective way to improve my language skills in a daily conversation and at professional communication.
I really like our business English classes.
I'm 14 years old. I'm in 8th grade. I wish the Eagle Online Academy always keeping open the doors of hope for Afghan girls and women through learning.
I'd like to make a thank to Legal Academy for their collaboration in the way to our big dreams.
Thank you, Eagle Online Academy, for giving me the opportunity. I want to thank Eagle Online Academy for this 8 months of our wonderful study.
Thank you, Eagle, for opening hope doors for us as Afghan girls and women.
Thank you, Eagle Online Academy, for the great opportunity.
I'm very grateful for this opportunity.
Thank you, Eagle Online Academy.
Thank you, Eagle.
Now I became more confident. Thank you very, very much for all your help to us Ukrainians. Thank you.
Eagle Online Academy opened a window of hope for us in this dark situation. Thank you.
Okay, thanks so much everyone for watching the video. And for me, women education is the fundamental for the development and stability of war zone countries. And it can help to break the cycle of poverty, violence, and instability, and can promote long-term peace and prosperity. So we always wish for a peaceful world and for empowered women all around us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mozgan. I will mention I don't think we could hear the video on that. And so if there was a problem that we can correct, that maybe at the end we could replay that, it would be wonderful. But we did see words. The text was on at the bottom. So thank you so much. Okay, so let's go ahead. I wanted to introduce now Rina Amiri. Rina is currently the U.S. Special Envoy for Afghan women, girls, and human rights. Under the Obama administration, she served as a senior advisor to the U.S. Special Representative for Afghanistan and Pakistan. Mrs. Amiri brings over 2 decades of political expertise, advising and working with governments in various conflict settings in the West, in the Horn of Africa, in the Middle East, Central and South Asia, and Europe. Her areas of focus are peace and security, with a specialization in inclusion in mediation processes. Ms. Amiri has served in the United Nations in several capacities, including as senior mediation expert and as a member of the UN Special Representative of the Secretary General's political team in Afghanistan during the implementation of the Bonn Agreement. She has held senior leadership positions in a variety of universities and think tanks, including the Women in Public Policy program at Harvard's John F. Kennedy School of Government, Princeton University's Innovations for Successful Societies, and New York University's Center for Global Affairs, and the Center on International Cooperation, where she is a senior fellow, and she led the Afghanistan and Regional Policy Initiative there. She has championed the rights of Afghan women and girls for decades, and is a founding member of Inclusive Security, a global women's initiative advocating for the inclusion of women in peace processes. Welcome, Rina. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all. I would like to begin by extending my heartfelt gratitude to Eagle Online Academy for the incredibly important work that you're doing towards keeping the dream of education alive for Afghan and Ukrainian girls and women, and for giving me the honor of addressing today's graduating class. To the esteemed graduates, I want to extend my deep and humble congratulations to all of you. The last few years have been incredibly difficult for the people of Afghanistan and Ukraine, particularly for its women and girls. All that you had assumed as your inheritance for your future, your rights, your home, your community, and country have been stripped away and put under immense threat overnight. Yet despite the difficulties you have encountered and continue to confront, you persevere, and today you have achieved an important milestone. The resilience and fortitude of the people of Afghanistan and Ukraine, particularly its women and girls, has left the world in awe. But I imagine that even as you take in today and mark your important accomplishment, you cannot shake off the sense of uncertainty about the future. Uncertainty about your own future and the future of your family, of your country. But while the road ahead may seem unclear, each of you carries a brilliant light within you. As said by the great Jalaluddin Rumi, the wound is a place where light enters you. That light that has been born of pain is also the light within you that will carry you to the next stage of your life. It is the light that your generation will carry, both from within and outside Afghanistan and Ukraine, that will hopefully, inshallah, put your countries on a path to recovery and stability in the future. Like many of you on this call, many of you graduates, my family left our homeland, Afghanistan. Overnight, my childhood was marked by a sense of uncertainty about the future. But this became a valuable lens. It imparted really important lessons that have guided me throughout every aspect of my life. It taught me to take nothing for granted and to develop a mindset and a preparedness to succeed in an uncertain world. It marked a path that still guides me. And I see what I went through in many respects. I see that you doing this in a much more challenging setting. And it's something that is going to be absolutely crucial to every aspect of your future. Because today we do live in a world marked by tremendous uncertainty. And each of us, from where we sit, we have to assess our agency, and we have to determine our roles and our responsibilities to address the challenges we face and that we witness. But it is your spirit, your resilience, your capacity to overcome adversity, your ingenuity, and the tools and skills with which you have equipped yourselves and which will continue to equip yourself, which will be crucial to helping forge solutions to the challenges in Afghanistan, Ukraine, and beyond. You will not be alone. The international community stands with you and will employ every tool at its disposal to support you. Support for your education and employment opportunities will be of paramount importance in this work ahead, including support for virtual education and other creative means of ensuring that we continue to equip the future generations of Afghanistan and Ukraine, particularly its women and girls, with the tools to advance the countries ahead in the future. It is not only the right thing to do, it is a strategic imperative. You are undoubtedly your country's greatest hope, but you are also a source of great inspiration and hope globally. In a world marked by increasing complexity, your spirit, resilience, skills, and talent are our greatest potential for a better future. Thank you very much.
You're mute.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Rena. I can't thank you enough for your comments. So well said, and we're so grateful to you. Our next speaker is Natalie Ganella-Platz. Natalie Ganella-Platz has over 15 years of experience advancing research, policy, and programs in support of women and children worldwide. She currently serves as the Director of the Women's Advancement at the George W. Bush Institute in Dallas, Texas. Natalie's work includes a focus on the rights and well-being of women and children in Afghanistan, the intersection of economic development, migration, and gender-based violence in Central America, and the agency and advancement of young women and adolescent girls in sub-Saharan Africa. Ms. Ganella Platt studied communications and international studies and peace conflict at the State University of New York, SUNY at Fredonia. She earned her master's in war, violence, and security studies from the University of Sussex in Brighton, United Kingdom. And prior to her current role, she has held various positions in policy and private sector spaces in London and New York at organizations including the BBC, Worldwide, Legatum Institute, AIG, among others. Welcome, Natalie. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. First, let me take this opportunity to also congratulate the EOA graduates on the tremendous accomplishment of completing your programs. Your strength and resolve amid unimaginable circumstances are nothing short of awe-inspiring. I am beyond humbled and honored to have the chance to celebrate with you, and I hope to have the privilege of connecting with many of you in the future. Like Special Envoy Amiri, I was inspired by the metaphor of light. As I recently wrote about for Mother's Day, my family and I had the immense joy of welcoming a baby girl to our family at the start of this year. And when my daughter was born, a dear Afghan friend said to me, "It is said in our culture, when a baby girl is born, the light of God shines on a household." I found these words, especially the reference to light, to be incredibly profound, a celebration of the inherent dignity of every individual, regardless of gender, culture, or circumstance. Moreover, the truth in these words is something that is overwhelmingly represented here today. For all of us gathered, we recognize the imperatives of innovative and sustained investment in support of gender equity worldwide, the ripple effect created by the power of equal access to quality education, healthcare, economic participation, and leadership opportunities. For women especially, both the macro and micro level impacts are extraordinary. As we all know, when women are educated, their families are more likely to be educated, their children are healthier, and their communities thrive. When women and girls are educated, economies are stronger, societies are more equitable, and countries are more stable. Women reinvest a significantly higher percentage of their income back into their families and communities than men. Governments and corporations that include women in leadership roles are more transparent, inclusive, and successful. And education plays a significant role in this catalyst. When women and girls flourish, we all benefit. And now more than ever, amid the current paradigm of the struggle between liberal and illiberal actors, a struggle that each of you has experienced well beyond anyone else here today, gender equity is one of the most impactful resources that exists to advance peace and prosperity everywhere. Education for all is a significant driver of regional and global security and prosperity. Education creates opportunity and encourages empathy, directly countering susceptibility to and the influence of things like destitution and disenfranchisement. Countries where all children have access to education reduce vulnerability to natural disasters and cut the risk of conflict in half. Simply put, critical thinking builds resistance, knowledge bolsters agency, education encourages freedom. Your accomplishments today are proof. Despite incredible adversity, each of you remains a beacon of hope for yourselves, your families, and your communities. In the face of unimaginable uncertainty and loss, your drive and commitment demonstrate yet again the unmatched power of women and girls in igniting a brighter future for all. And amid the blinding darkness of things like autocracy, patriarchy, and fear, your courage and tenacity in support of your education illuminates hope and solidarity in the global pursuit of a free and fair future for all. You are light personified, and you remind us all that each of us has a responsibility to push for better, to ensure that the rights and well-being of women and children everywhere are not simply acknowledged, but protected and respected. And every single one of us in this room has the capacity to carry forward this imperative, to lift your voices, your experiences, your accomplishments, especially within spheres of influence, and to meaningfully stand with and support you and others like you who are bravely pushing for better. You will always have an ally in the Bush Institute, and we will always do whatever we can to amplify your light to the world. Thank you for your example. Thank you to Mushkan and the EOA team for your leadership. And again, my sincerest congratulations.
Natalie, thank you so much. Absolutely inspiring. And We can't agree more. I know that the students that Mozgan is educating, who bring us hope and who feel hope through this institution, are the very women who will return to Afghanistan and return to Ukraine in future days, in future years, and will be the rebirth of those nations, their strength, their resolve, their vision, commitment, and their love of nation. So thank you so much. Ambassador Yusuf Ghaforza is our next speaker. Ambassador Ghaforza is a career diplomat with extensive experience in multilateral diplomacy, foreign policy, and conflict resolution. Since 2019, he has served as ambassador of the Islamic Republic of Afghanistan to Norway, and he serves also as non-resident ambassador of Afghanistan to Denmark and Iceland. Ambassador Ghaforza spent a significant part of his career working engaged in multilateral diplomacy, including several tenures at the Permanent Mission of Afghanistan to the United Nations in New York, where he served as political counselor from 2010 to 2014, and again from 2016 to 2019. The ambassador also has held several postings at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Kabul, including as a member of the UN and International Conferences Department, and senior advisor on international affairs to the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Throughout his career, the ambassador has been and remains a staunch advocate of strengthening international support for Afghanistan's democratization, rehabilitation, and development. Welcome, Ambassador.
Well, thank you very much. Very good morning to all colleagues. Let me begin by first thanking friends and colleagues at Eagle Online Academy for the invitation to take part in this graduation ceremony for Afghan and Ukrainian women graduates. This occasion represents something more than just the completion of an educational program because of these circumstances and conditions in which the achievement was made. So I think today's event can also be seen as a tribute to the determination that both the women of Afghanistan and Ukraine have always shown in difficult and challenging times. Their strength is a common trait among many affinities shared between the peoples of Afghanistan and Ukraine. Today's event is also a celebration of the work of Eagle Online Academy, which has expanded its programs to different fields and locations since it was established in 2020. As of late, its work has become even more important with the situation facing women and girls in Afghanistan and elsewhere. Now, what occurred in August 2021 in Afghanistan, of course, led to a crisis affecting a population of more than 40 million inside Afghanistan, but also our large and patriotic diaspora community outside Afghanistan. All Afghans have been affected, but especially women and girls. The Taliban's decision to ban women and girls from education and work, restrict their freedom of movement, and to undermine their role in all aspects of life is something that goes beyond just a human rights violation. It's something which many, including international experts of human rights, refer to as gender apartheid. But the real tragedy of what women and girls now face cannot be explained in words alone. Such restrictions of God-given rights have a profound negative impact on not just individuals and communities, but on the future of a nation that has already suffered immensely for close to 5 decades. Moreover, how can anyone claim to be in the service of their people, their nation, and religion when they defy one of the most fundamental and noble principles of our religion, Islam? Throughout history, Afghan women have been an important factor for progress and development in their society and their country. They first secured their right to vote in 1919, a year after women in the United Kingdom were allowed to vote, and a year before women in the US could vote. This reflects a fundamental point, that democracy and women's rights are part of Afghanistan's national identity. In the past 20 years, Afghan women have proved that when given the opportunity, they will not just succeed, but will become leaders. Since August 2021, Afghan women are part of a very broad network of activists, civil society, and technocrats who are defending their national values and working to restore a form of stability that can reflect the will of the people. Afghan women are already looking to the future, a peaceful future in a united Afghanistan that is home to all Afghans. Today's graduation ceremony makes clear that Afghan women have not and will not allow the Taliban's restrictions to prevent them from striving for success, developing their skills and knowledge in different fields, taking on leadership positions, and most importantly, from remaining committed to the future of their country and people. So I commend Ms. Mujran Wafiq, her team at Eagle Online Academy, and all others who have extended virtual education programs to help overcome the educational gap for women and girls in a very difficult time. To name a few, Afghanistan Online University, Herat Online University, and of course, the American University for Afghanistan are among various programs that provide education to women and girls inside and outside the country. These programs provide a glimmer of hope in yet another very difficult period in our nation's history. Meanwhile, while online educational programs are indeed vital to fill the gap that has come about, they should not become the new norm in permanently replacing regular education. Schools and universities for women and girls must be reopened expeditiously, and the international community has a fundamental role in ensuring that this, among many other demands of the people, are met. On this note, we are now nearing the 2-year mark since the Taliban's takeover, and the situation in Afghanistan continues to become more complicated in many aspects. While the people's effort to overcome the crisis will continue and grow stronger, the important role of the international community cannot be overstated. Now is the time for a new approach with priority on starting a political process that leads to a comprehensive settlement through a national dialogue. We must not forget that the crisis in Afghanistan is primarily political in nature and one that requires a political solution. The recent UN meeting in Doha was an important development, and it should mark the start of a new process aimed at reaching a political solution to the crisis. Looking ahead, the international community should give women and youth and other democratic forces inside and outside Afghanistan more of a platform to help resolve the crisis and to help reach legitimate governance that is based on the will of the people. Let us not forget that peace, progress, and prosperity in any society requires an inclusive and legitimate system that is supported and accepted by the people. Friends and colleagues, I also take the opportunity to commend the strength and patience of the women of Ukraine, who are facing an extremely difficult situation because of the conflict in their country. Since the start of the war in Ukraine, more than 7 million people have been displaced internally, and more than 8 million refugees have left the country, 90% of whom are women and children. Despite their difficult situation, the women of Ukraine are displaying the same commitment which their sisters in Afghanistan are showing to the future of their country. So we also congratulate all the Ukrainian graduates of Eagle Online Academy on completing their programs. We wish them the very best in their future endeavors and peace and prosperity in their homeland. Once again, congratulations to all graduates on their inspiring achievements and our very best wishes for your continued success. Thank you.
Thank you, Ambassador, for your wonderful and insightful comments. Thank you so much. Hasina Safi is our next speaker. Hasina has served as Afghanistan's acting minister for women from May of 2020 until August of 2021, and as Minister of Information and Culture before that. Ms. Safi has more than 20 years experience in women's development programs, working with Afghan civil society organizations, international organizations, and UN agencies. She has been one of the strategic advocates for women's rights, representing civil society and Afghan women in national, regional, and international movements. Ms. Safi, who had to flee Afghanistan after the Taliban takeover of Kabul, spoke to UN Women about the current situation for Afghan women. Along with Rachel Rudolph, who has lived outside the United States. Oops, forgive me, I'm sorry. I jumped ahead. Ms. Safi, welcome. Thank you so much for your presence today, and we look forward to your comments. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the introduction. I will start with a story. When Eagle Online Academy had established in 2019, and I was in Ministry of Information and Culture, and I had an informal meeting with Manisha, who's the sister of Mushkan, talking about the online academy. And I was like, how can it be done? It's a great idea. So do you think it will be a success? And today, after 5 years, I congratulate the whole team of Eagle Online, the leadership, the management, the mentors, the teachers, the secretariat, the stakeholders, the supporters for the very big achievement. And a double congratulation for keeping the circle of women broaden, increasingly with the women of Ukraine, because I believe women are women all around the world, and they all have challenges, but the face and the structure of the challenges are different. So thank you, Eagle Online Academy, for this great initiative, and congratulations for your graduation ceremony. I believe education is the key to success. And success brings confidence. And confidence brings struggle. And struggle brings advocacy. I think those women who have been educated formally, informally, virtually, physically, in person, they are all the power and the resources of the whole world, more specifically for Afghanistan. I believe the connection and confidence which education brings within one's personality, it is much stronger than many, many weapons, which unfortunately today is used for the destroyment of the whole human system or connection system. I believe education is basically the basis of a fundamental connection to humanity with love and care, to understanding what is happening around us and how can we really initiate and how can we really solve the issues. I remember being a child of 5 years old, starting my first term of refugee in 1980, and spending a 25-year refuge in my neighboring country in Pakistan. But what gave me confidence, what made me stand on my feet, what made me understand the issues of my other sisters, other Afghan sisters, was my struggle to education. So I applaud to Eagle Online Academy and to all those who have had the confidence on Mishgan and her whole team to help her with her little idea of a virtual course or a virtual class or a virtual school or a virtual institute. And today, the way we strategize our strategic plan, it's 5 years old. So congratulations for the brilliant work. Nevertheless, the more people know you, the more you get confidence, the more you have to be effective. So don't think that with the 385 graduates and the 52 Ukrainian students, oh, this is a flag. No, it means that you have many, many challenges ahead of you to be more effective, to be more competitive, and to be more unique, to really make Eagle Online Academy as strong as an eagle. So what will be your power? Your power will be different sources of knowledge, whether it is physical, whether it is virtual, whatever it is. 3 last things which I would like to suggest to Eagle Online Academy and all the affiliations. Be as united as you can, regardless of thinking you are from Ukraine, Afghanistan, Europe, US, where. Be very honest to those who have confidence on you in who believe you. Spread the knowledge as much as you can. And that is how we can bring the very big world to a very small village. Thank you very much and congratulations once again.
Christina, thank you so much. Absolutely inspiring. A very big world to a very small village, every small village. Thank you so much. Our next speaker is Rachel Rudolph. Rachel has lived outside of the United States for the past 10 years. In 2011, she moved to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia to conduct field research on Saudi Arabia's counterterrorism program. She transitioned her focus from the Middle East and North Africa region to the Pacific and has lived in that region since 2013. Between 2014 and 17, she focused primarily on South Asia, strategic security in ASEAN, human trafficking, drug trafficking, the ethnic conflict in Myanmar and North Korea. In 2018, she moved to Zhuhai, China, and currently teaches courses on non-traditional security issues such as human security, refugees, and irregular migration, terrorism, trafficking in arms, drugs, and humans. Her current research focuses on the Department of State's perceptions of human trafficking in China and of the Chinese trafficked abroad. Chinese-based English media's framing of human trafficking and Sino-Pacific counterterrorism cooperation. In addition to all of the above, she has worked over 10 years with a variety of NGOs in Europe, the Middle East, and Asia, while serving on executive boards for several of them. Research and education and humanitarian causes and helping people have been her lifelong pursuits. They've taken her across the globe and introduced her to a range of individuals from government, security, and intelligence personnel, activists, academics, societies, and disenfranchised. Rachel, welcome. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be at the second graduation ceremony. As every journey has a beginning, my journey with Eagle Online Academy began 2 years ago when I saw an email from the International Stability Operations Association informing members and subscribers alike about the first online graduation ceremony for Afghan women in Kabul. I registered and attended, being the only participant at the ceremony not formally affiliated with Eagle Online Academy. In that ceremony, I heard stories of Afghan women who struggled and persevered through a range of trials and tribulations. Each story touched my heart and also served as a source of inspiration. I made the decision then to submit my application for the mentorship program. Mojgan reached out not long afterward to schedule a meeting with me afterward, she assigned me several ladies whom she said were very active. My ladies and I had our very first session on August 1st, 2021, and have been meeting every week since then. We have both group and private sessions together. I guess you can imagine, given the frequency of our meetings, that we surpassed the mentor-mentee relationship and have become family. From dreams and goals to good or bad news, we share it immediately and try to support one another in all ways possible. My ladies, as you can imagine, are special to me, and I love sharing their stories and those which we have created together. With that, let me tell you a couple of them to encapsulate our journey together. At the time of the collapse of the former Afghan government, 2 of my ladies were struggling with what to do and whether leaving Afghanistan was an option. We talked day and night and worked hand in hand to try to find options. They both were able to leave. One of them would end up in Australia and the other one in Pakistan. Although the latter would return with her family to Kabul after a few months in Afghanistan, she's now enrolled in the American University of Afghanistan studying political science after receiving a scholarship. And the one who went to Australia will soon be heading to the US as a Fulbright scholar. Another one of my ladies who will soon be heading to Canada, she's been living in Tajikistan since before the return of the Taliban government. In our time together, she started a program to provide a range of English, reading, and speech training for Afghan women and children who are bound for Canada. Her program all started with a dream just like Mojgan's. And her dream was also to create a school. She had been a teacher in Afghanistan, and there was such a great need for Afghan refugees in Tajikistan. After conducting research on Tajik laws and talking with a variety of government officials, we soon realized that opening a school was not feasible, but partnering with an already existing education center was. Thus, we began a year-long program providing free classes to Afghan women and children. Although the program came to an end in April of this year, the lives that we touched and its impact will last a lifetime. The last story I would like to share with you is of one of my ladies who has become more like a daughter to me. When she and I first began our private sessions, she would always begin with "Who are you?" Of course, I would reply that I'm doing well, and I'd ask about her. She would not answer me, and instead she replied, "No, Rachel, how are you really?" I knew from that moment forward that she was indeed special. I don't know exactly where our mentor-mentee relationship blurred, and sometimes do question who exactly is the mentor and the mentee. But I can tell you that our time together consists of lots of tears, smiles, laughter, and conversations of hopes and dreams. At some point along this journey, I was invited to join the board of Eagle Online Academy. From mentor to board member, my life has been enriched by Eagle Online Academy and my ladies, who are no longer my mentees, but my family. For those of you who are graduating today with your certificates, I hope that what you take away from what I have shared is this: it does not matter whether education is obtained formally or informally. What matters is that it has the power to change the world. And do you know why? It's because it changes you from within. I hope that you share with what you have learned with others, and in so doing, become their mentor. Know that I am so proud of you and all that you have achieved. Despite the trials and tribulations, you will persevere and be the best that you can be as long as you believe, just like my ladies. Congratulations on your achievements, and I wish you the best in your future endeavors. Thank you.
Rachel, thank you so much. Thank you for being an Academy mentor. Thank you for serving on the board. And thank you for making these ladies your family. Absolutely inspiring, and you are the wind beneath their wings. So thank you so much. Our next speaker is Laura Hammer. Laura is also an Eagle Online Academy volunteer, and Laura teaches English for us there. She is an educator and language enthusiast who was born and raised in the Chicago suburbs. Laura holds a TOEFL certificate and has taught English as a second language to students of all ages and backgrounds. Laura is a volunteer English instructor at Eagle Online Academy, where she shares her knowledge and experience with these language learners. In addition to this teaching experience, Laura has worked with children and adults with special needs in public schools in the Chicago area. As someone who loves languages, Laura has also taken advantage of her dual citizenship in the United States and the European Union to explore her interest in Italian culture and language. She is currently working online with individuals in Italy who are seeking to improve their English language skills as well. Laura, welcome.
Thank you, Michelle. Hello, everyone. I'm honored to have been asked to share some of my story and experiences with you. I want to tell you a bit about my journey before and during my time at Eagle, while also celebrating the incredible students and graduates who have been part of this remarkable institution. I am a certified TEFL instructor teaching English as a foreign language with dual citizenship in the European Union and the United States. Growing up in the Chicago area, I was fortunate to be surrounded by a community and family that influenced my passion for language, culture, and education. Before joining EOA, I had the privilege of teaching children with disabilities in the public schools here in the United States. This experience taught me valuable lessons in compassion, resilience, and the power of education. It was during this time that I realized the profound impact a dedicated educator can have on shaping lives. Through my language and teaching background, I have developed a deep appreciation for global citizenship. This perspective has shaped my journey and fueled my passion for education, as it obviously has for you all as well. When I first joined Eagle as a volunteer, I felt welcomed. I knew it was an opportunity to broaden my horizons and make a positive impact. But little did I know that this experience would deeply affect me. Working with an extraordinary group of about 20 women who live in Afghanistan, Pakistan, Germany, and the United States has been an incredible privilege for me. Their determination, strength, and steady commitment to learning English and helping one another throughout the process have left a lasting impression on me. Today, I want to extend my congratulations to the graduates. Your achievements motivate me and remind me of the strength that lies in each of us. Your commitment to self-improvement and accepting new challenges is truly commendable. I'm very grateful for the experiences that have shaped me and brought me to this point, including the partnership with the inspiring women here. Each step has contributed to my growth as an individual and as an educator, so I thank you for that and for allowing me to be part of this community. I also want to express my gratitude to Eagle Online Academy for inviting me to share my journey with you. So let's celebrate the power of education, language, and the unity they bring. Congratulations once again to the students and graduates of Eagle. You're an inspiration to all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you so much. And absolutely, indeed, you all are. And our next speaker is also an English second language teacher, but she also was a student at Eagle Online Academy. Zuleika Akrami is a volunteer who's teaching at the Academy, and she's a senior SAS APA case manager. She has a master's degree in international relations. She writes as a freelance researcher, and we are blessed and fortunate to have her providing teaching instruction to the students of the Academy. Welcome, Zuleika, and please share your thoughts with us.
Thank you so much. Good day, everyone. And congratulations on your enduring achievement and commitment that paid off today. This includes to Mujgan and the Online Eagle Academy team. Congratulations on us as well. First of all, I would like to take a moment and say thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak on behalf of Online Eagle Academy students and ESL volunteer teachers. I would love to share my experience first as a student, then as a teacher with the Online Eagle Academy. I've been told to have my remarks so short, but it's tough for you to stop a teacher when she starts speaking. I would try my best to be short as soon as possible, as much as possible. Returning the Taliban back to power in Afghanistan in 2021 and the collapse of Afghan government was not only a politically wrong mission and government collapse, but also it was the collapse of hopes, deep separations, the starting of immigrations, struggle of seeking asylum and safety, and most importantly, stonewalling the education journey for every single Afghan, specifically women and girls. My journey with Online Eagle Academy started with the philosophy of taking a stone away from the education journey of an Afghan woman. One day I was going up and down on my LinkedIn profile. I came across with a post stating that free online TOEFL course for Afghan refugees. Hence, I do have my bachelor in English literature, and I have been teaching English back in Afghanistan automatically, without taking a minute, I registered myself for the program. And fortunately, I was accepted. And I received the email with the congratulations, you have been accepted for the program from Mujgan. The day I was so happy, and this course had two codes. The first one was taking an overview of grammar with a mentor, I think, not a mentor, with an ESL teacher who is a native speaker. As a newcomer to the US, I do remember the days that I was taking two buses to go back to home from work, and simultaneously I had my headphones on and was attending my first course of this program with the Online Eagle Academy on the way of my going back from work to home. So fortunately, with all the challenges, I was able to finish the first course and got an offer of 120 hours total free course from Online Eagle Academy, and this was on my own schedule. Fortunately, I did that one as well and got certified ESL teacher in a year and was able to start teaching journey for those who are not speaking, their first language is not English, to start teaching English for non-native speakers. This was right the time that Taliban decided to close down universities and educational centers. Till that time, although the schools for secondary education was closed, but students, women were allowed to go to private courses or attend universities. On that, by December, it was December last year that Taliban closed down universities and every educational centers for women. And I do remember my fellow classmates on Online Eagle Academy was bombarding Mujgan with a lot of messages on WhatsApp group that we have to saying that please count on me in teaching math. Please count on me in teaching physics. Please count on me in teaching biology and teaching English. And we all, I mean, the team was giving courage and support for Mujgan and his management, her management to, even if started an online school, but I don't know where that decision goes. Still there is no update about that. At least we expanded the program not only for the refugees, but outside of the country. I mean, outside of the US, for those who are living abroad, for Afghan women. I was fortunate enough to be assigned in a class of about 30 students. Most of them are residing currently in Afghanistan, and some of them are in the US. The beauty of this class for me was like two things. First of all, this was on my own schedule. I'm teaching this class on the weekends. And then the potential and the skill which I see in among my students. They are like the energy, the power of the energy, the button to switch my energy for going on and blooming. Most of this class students are, even though this is like an elementary, a beginner class, most of the students level are, I can say they are an intermediate level. They are taking part in this class, might be because to at least reduce down the depression of this lock time or block time by learning something new. I've heard, as of now, most of Afghan girls in remote areas are registering themselves for madrasas, religious studies. Even though I'm not against of it, but I'm just afraid of spreading extremist ideas or ideologies, even if among girls. And I'm just afraid of the day which arrived that a girl believe that studying till 6th grade is enough for them. For being an Afghan girl and throughout the history of Afghanistan, and being an Afghan and succeed is not easy. It's really tough due to massive, successful 4 decades of collapse and wars, and due to ruling the country by extremist conservative ideologies. As of now, we're gathering here, and I'm speaking with you. Today, millions of Afghan girls are arrested from public life. They are prisoners of the Taliban in their homes. School doors are closed. Not only this, but also there is zero human right, zero women right, humanitarian crisis, forced marriages, mental health issues, poverty, and recent harassment, and thousands of unreported domestic violence. The online Eagle Academy students and teachers the whole team are from these Afghan girls, Afghan women who experienced injustice, war, poverty, and lack of equipment for further education, even if they are not inside of Afghanistan. I'm currently living 2 lives. It means that my main part, which is like my identity, my family, my parents, my siblings, my home, geographically have been left behind. My second life is carrying the first life on my shoulders and starting a new life as a refugee, as a asylee. And the starting of this life for me is not only being a refugee, is also having multiple other challenges. Beside of these all challenges, I'm fortunate enough to have this great team to make me able to stand up and take part in my dream, which I have already had, and the philosophy, to complete the philosophy, which taking a student away from the education journey of Afghan women in order to have empowered women and peaceful world. I just wanted to say thank you for the Online Eagle Academy for providing the opportunity for immigrants, not only Afghans, and Ukrainians as well, to make them able to use their block time useful for attending the classes in order to get empowered in a way someday to stand against of the conservatives and extremist ideologies which they are ruling the country now. Once again, congratulations to everyone in this room, and specifically the Online Eagle Academy students and teachers. Please remember, you cannot stop spring from coming by your strong stones. Thank you so much.
Suleika, thank you so much. And thank you for sharing your story for us. We see how you carry on your shoulders the life that you've had, and are part of future hope for Afghanistan and the women, for everyone there. So we're grateful for you being a volunteer, a student, and a teacher at Eagle Online Academy. Thank you. Final two, well, we have 3 final speakers, but the 2 of them are also students. One from Ukraine and one from Afghanistan. So Alla Lemon, welcome. Alla is a Eagle Online Academy graduate. She's 39 years old. She is originally from Ukraine. She has worked as a notary during the war, or due to the war. She is now living in Bucharest, Romania, advancing and thriving in educational endeavors, and knows that she will return to her nation. Alla, welcome.
Thank you very much for introducing. Hello to everyone, dear participants. I'm very glad and I'm very proud to be here today. Thank you so much for this wonderful event. Thank you for this opportunity for us. I would like to share with you how I have known Eagle Online Academy and why it was so important for me. More than 1 year ago, I left Ukraine because of the war and came to Romania, where I'm living now. first weeks was very difficult for me. I mean, first weeks after war began. And at first I couldn't believe that the terrible war began in my country. And I was alone with my children and didn't have anything, no house, no work, and very uncertain future. And I was really devastated. And I remember one of the worst things was at that moment, because I couldn't speak, I couldn't understand people. It was because of my low level of English, so I couldn't communicate. And it was really awful feelings of helpless. And once, sometime after that, I was known about Eagle Online Academy. I began my studying, and I met so kind and caring people who want to help us, Ukrainian refugees. Really, for me, it was a new stage in my life. Also, I would like to mention our wonderful teacher, Donny Stafford. He is so kind, and his lessons were really incredible. I miss him, really miss our lessons. For me, Eagle Online Academy not only is about opportunities and improvements myself, becoming confident in communication and in life. Also, I really began to believe in kindness in our world again. It's about help. It's about unite between people. I saw people who gave you a hand and really wanted to help you without any benefit. I felt a huge inspiration to manage my life again. Now I have new wishes, new plans, and new opportunities. Dear Eagle Online Academy, dear Moscow, I so grateful to you for all what you do for us, for Ukrainian and Afghan girls. Thank you for your help. Thank you for this wonderful idea to study online. It's so convenient. It is opportunity of studying from all places in the world. From all my heart and from all Ukrainians, I wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Alla. Thank you very much for being here and for your inspiration. The last student speaker is Banafsha. She is an Eagle Online Academy graduate. Banafsha has a bachelor's degree in business administration. She has served in many national and international organizations as a project assistant and manager, and she is currently living in Afghanistan. So welcome. Thank you for speaking to us. Thank you for your inspiration and your bravery.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Hello, dear ladies and gentlemen and distinguished guests. This is Banafsha Miri from Afghanistan. Thank you, Eagle Online Academy, for giving me this opportunity to talk. Today, Afghan women and girls are living in dark situation ever in our history. We are struggling with many different decrees that announced by Taliban, and there is no hope for us to live here. Everything is very disappointed. We are losing the last 20 years of our development, progress, and dedication for women empowerment. With all this above concern, I have learned about Eagle Online Academy, and it is like I found a light in darkness, and I have started talking their classes. I have completed a few classes with Eagle Online Academy, and their classes help me to be more helpful for my future, and I feel confident. Today, as an Afghan girl who's living inside Afghanistan, I have a special request from international community to not leave us alone and don't be quiet with all we are facing. Please raise your voice and stand with Afghan women and girls that we can get to our normal life back. Thank you so much from Eagle Online and hearing me and this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank Thank you so much, Banafsha. And absolutely, words have meaning, right? So when we say stand with Afghan women, we need to stand with Afghan women for as long as it takes. Just as you give us your inspiration and your hope, we need to give you hope and inspiration. And we're so proud of you. Thank you. Our final speaker is Leslie Schweitzer. Leslie is the chairman and president of Friends of the American University of Afghanistan, a 501c3 based in Washington, D.C., and a member of the American University of Afghanistan's Board of Trustees. AUAF is the first not-for-profit co-ed private university in the history of Afghanistan. Leslie was instrumental in receiving 2 grants from the Department of Defense to construct the International Center for the Afghan Women's Economic Development, a center that was built on the international campus at AUAF in Kabul, and the AUAF Business Innovation Hub that is also housed inside the center in Herat. Leslie has accomplished so much across international business and development imperatives over the past many decades, 4 decades. She pioneered the American business in China efforts in the 70s. She's worked in Russia, Central Asia, Europe, South and Central America. Leslie serves on many advisory boards advising international issues and programs. However, since the inception of the American University of Afghanistan, Leslie's heart and passion have been with the women and girls of Afghanistan and her unwavering belief that education will prevail. Leslie, welcome.
Thank you, Michelle. It's a great honor to join this very auspicious group and certainly the most distinguished, amazing students who've reached this momentous time of graduation. Often the question that graduates ask is, what's next? And on behalf of the American University of Afghanistan, which, as you are aware, is the only private not-for-profit coeducational institution in Afghanistan, and in a very short period of time has become recognized around the world as a world-class university. Since August of 2021, we never stopped operating. We opened classes on time in September 2021 and have continued to grow in country, as well as other hubs around the world. We proudly now have 600 students actively taking classes in Afghanistan, 58% of them women. We're also offering bridge programs for high school girls who've lost 2 years of high school, as well as STEM boot camps for high school girls, all online and all in country. And today, it is truly my honor to offer scholarships to 5 Eagle Online Academy graduates in Afghanistan. We welcome 5 graduates to the American University of Afghanistan family. Our Dean of Students will work closely with Mozgan to determine the details and determine who those 5 women are who will be part of AUAF in the future. Education will prevail in Afghanistan, and of that I have no doubt. Thank you to everyone, and particularly to all of the Eagle Online graduates. Thank you, Mozgan, for all you do.
Thank you so much, Leslie. What an exciting gift that you've given the Academy. So thank you. I know great days ahead, and these are students that will make us all proud. Thank you very much for your gift and your time. Okay, now we will turn our attention. It is time to distribute certificates, and Mozgan will take us through this process before we close. We hope to close by 1:30, but Mozgan's got the most important assignment of our presentation today. Thank you, Mozgan.
Thank you, Michelle, and thank you all our guest speakers, and a special thanks to Leslie for the great gifts to our students. I'm sure it will be another hope for students to continue with their education with Eagle Online Academy. And we will try our best to introduce our best student. That would be the great future for AUF. And I'm sure everyone, all our Afghan girls are dreaming to be part of EUF or American University of Afghanistan at some point. I remember when I was in Afghanistan, everyone was trying just to get English classes or a diploma from American University of Afghanistan. And today we are getting the scholarship for degrees. So that's a big announcements and wonderful opportunity for us. Thank you so much. And I also want to take the opportunity to thank our board of directors that they always support Eagle Online Academy unconditionally. They contribute their times, their resources to make everything possible. So thank you, all our board members. And I also want to thank our stakeholders, partners, and especially the volunteers that they have a very big heart to contribute in Eagle Online Academy and support each and every parts of our mission. As a teacher, as a mentor, as a proposal writer, as a communication manager, or as a content writer. So we have so many volunteers who contribute to Eagle Online Academy mission. And right now we have 53 active volunteers with us during our services. So thank you, everyone. So now I'm going to not take longer your time. I'm going to present the name of our students who's going to graduate from our program. And we didn't use the full name of our student with their certificate because of security reason. But we are trying just to name their teachers so they recognize themselves that they are belonging to that class. So this is how our certificate look like. Everybody will receive the same certificate through their WhatsApp or through their emails. And so first of all, I'm going to introduce our business English class. Thank you to all of the staff for. So Ella, Alona, Elena K, Erin, Camila, and Maria as our student. Maria S, or I know her as a Marsha as well. Olena, Sofia, Tanya, Titiana, Victoria, and Yolia. So these are our business English class and Ukrainian students. So this class that we have already talked about, the TEFL and TESOL classes that we have certified some of our students as an English language teacher. So Abrin, Hanisa, Hatol, Omaira, Edge, Lina, Vida, Behishta, K, Bibi Marzia, Sumaya, Tamina, and Zulaikha. Behishta A, so it's their last name. Always, if you have two similar students with the same name in the class, so we just use their last name, first letter of their last name. Omaira, F-He, Osna, Masuda, and Nigina. So thank you, Radharamu, Behishta, B, Belkis, Najma, and Nargis, Sarah. Thank you, Nurin Sahid, for under class. Marina, Katriana, Victoria, Titiana, Sarah, Diana, Paulina, Olga, Maria, Akinsa, and Alena. Sofia, Katriana, Daria, Marina, Vitali, Marina, Svetlana, Olga A, and Kalyana, Yana, and Gana. So Nastiana, Olia, and Lizia. Hope I have pronounced our Ukrainian names correctly, and if I don't, I really apologize. And this is our English class. Thank you, Masuda Basharat, Asra, Dina, Farida, Aya, Khadija, Mariam, Nargis, Nurzia, Shahira, Shehera, Tahiba, and Vadia, and Vida. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Snashim, for your class. Bibi Tanas, Asina, Lema, Masuda, Nawida, Noria, Sabira, Shaista, Sohaila, Sombol, and Taira. Thanks so much, Somaya Tarin, for your class. Ala, Makduna, Najma, Nasira, Nilov, Nilofar, Roya, Simin, Somaya, Sombol, Zohal. And thank you, Marzia Sadat, for your class. Atifa, Alina, Angela, Faima, Fatima, Adia, Ojer, Asina, Nazifa, and Samira. And thank you, Zulaikha Akrami, for your class. Bibi Alima, Dunya, Faria Q, Fatima, Ojera, Efza, Omaira, Osno, Madina, Mabuba, Mariam Har, Mariam Y, Mariam P, Mariam Hes. So we have 4 Mariams in one class, in Zulaikha Akrami class. And Malhida, مژگان، ندا، نیلوفر، رابعه، سفینه، سایبه، ساره، صدیقه، Shabana, Shabnam, Sohaila, Soman, Yalda, Zara, and Zora. Congratulations. And the other class is grammar and writing. Thank you, Daniel. I really appreciate all your great work. Banafsha, Korean, Kay, Farzana, Gita, Malalai, Mursal, Najwa, Sultana, Perla, Soraya, Shaiqa, Taiba, and Zainab. Congratulations. And the other class is grammar writing. It's Kiana Wa. Thank you, Kiana. Aqdas, Farida, Abiba, Katayun, Mushgan, Noida, Palwasha, Perla, Frozan, Zohra. And thanks so much for our advanced grammar writing class, Radaramu and Umair Alimi. So it was the Aisha, Asema, Benafsha, Farzana, Gita, Amida, Madina, Nafisa, Perla, Mabuba, Osmania, Umaira, Laila, Katrina, Madina, Morsal, Najla, Neda, and Faima, Khail, Alexandra, Perla Mabuba, Paulina, Sodava, Somaya, Victoria, Yulia, and Zora. Congratulations. So this is our effective leadership and emotional intelligence class that we have launched to celebrate the month of March, the month of International Empowering Women. So Aisha, Aqdas, Arifa, Atifa, Beheshta, Benafsha, Hey, Bibi Shukrana, Diba, Faiza, Farzana, Frozan, Asina, Lina, Mojabin, Malina, Maknuna, Maryam, Muslima, Nasrin, Parwana, Siddiqa, Samira, Sana, Sara Q, Shabana, Shikiba, Shamila, Shaqaiq, Suhaila, Yasamin, Aisha, Amina, Arifa, Arifa N, Arifa Har, Bahar, Dunya, Faima, Faiza, Farida, Farhonda, Farzana, Fatima, Feroza, Forohar, Afiza, Ila, Eli, Laila, Duna, Maria, Mursal, Nasima, Nasri, Nilofar, Parwana, Raihana, Sadia, Saira, Sana, Salgai, Shabu, Shamail, Sharifa, Sonia, Soraya, Sombul, Taira. So this is our small business management class. So we also have our small business management class to help our students to get the tools of entrepreneurship, and they would be able to start a home-based business or as a freelance or some other activities to start earning. So Sharifa, Sonia, Surya, Sombul, Taira, Taiba, Yalda, Zainab, Zakia, Zarina. And we also started another psychoeducation and mental health class because we understand all our students are facing mental health issues. So we couldn't provide them with counseling or clinical support, but we are only providing with some series of webinars that they can support themselves and support their loved ones. So this is how Ketia Gonzalez Ramos, Mina Nazami is supporting me with this program. So we already conducted 2 classes. One is psychoeducation and mental health, and the other was stress management. And we also provide them a weekly basis with 1 flyers in their language that to help them understand their mental health situation. So there is the name of our those who complete the webinars. So Avarin, Aisha, Anisa, Akadas, Arifa, Asma, Aziza, Beheshta, Bibi Shukrana, Diba, Dunya, Faima, Faiza, Frohar, Farzana, Fatima, Firuza, Frozan, Gulalai, Ajra, Asina, Eli, Jamila, Katayun, Kausar, Laila, Lina Har, Linati, Malina, Makduna, Mariam, A, Masuma M, Maliha, Muslima, Mushgan, Nafisa, Nahid, Najla, Nasima, Nasira, Nasri, and Nasrin, Nazanin, Nigina, Parisa, Parmila, Parwana, Raihana, Hind, Raihan Hara, Roya, رخسار صدیقه سحر سکینه سنا ساره شبانه شکیبا شکیلا شریفه شازیه سونیا اف سونیا سوریا تایرا یلدا Zakia, Zora, Zubaida. And we promised our Ukrainian team that we will definitely launch one of our same program to them. Since we believe that mental issues should be discussed in your native language, so we are looking for someone to speak Ukrainian that we can start the same group for you. So this is another class so this is the list of our volunteers who have completed 50 hours of English teaching as a volunteer. So we are going to recognize them and they would be able to use their experience for their future career. Aberin Satori, Anissa Sherzad, Bilqis Alimi, Omaira Alimi, Osna, Ashim, Masuda, Basharat, Sumaya, Tarin, and Zulaikha Akrami. They're all based in US, so thank you. And the other class is cybersecurity. So for our self-paced study classes, we don't have trainers. We always have the mentors just to help them to understand the concepts of that subject. So this is our cybersecurity class. So Surya, Yalda, Sidra, Sana, Elham, Nurima, Frohar, Khansa, Rabia, Farkhanda, Zora, Sonia B, Wajma, Sona, Saleha, Oria, Nilofar, Nuria, Fakhria, Soraya, Malalai, Ena, Sohaila, Nilofar, Sodaba. So this is the project management class. So thank you, Michelle, and thank you, Donald Tesmet, for giving your time to support our student as a mentor. Sodaba, Yusufa, Palwasha, Omaira, Soraya, Murtaza, Vida, Marzuqa, Sara, Mursal, Shamima, Tamanna, Mahmuda, Sara, Sana, Sunya, Soraya, Zalma, Zora, Zahra, Yalda, Shukriya, Ruqya, Nadia, Nuria, and Farida. So the other one is the office productivity training, and thank you, Jessica, so for all you're doing. Aulia, Yalda, Samina, Zara, Farhad, Mina, Zarifa, Sahar, Osnia, Zala, Zohal, and Sumaya, Marwa, Adiba, Froh, Amina, Osai, Wajma, Bibi Salima, Abiba, Tuba, Farishta, Shaqaiq, Farishta, and Somaya, Adela, Farida, Nazifa, Tabassum, Shamila, Osna. So the last but the least, it's our job readiness program that we provide our students with series of webinars to understand their LinkedIn profile, resume writing, how to do the interview, trust for success. So these are the list of our students who have completed all the series of our webinars. Shabnam, Rokhsar, Adiba, Amida, Nazia, Rangina, Fauzia, Waida, Amida, Asila, Sara, Oneba, Tabassum, Zahra, Nasima, Nuria, Gulsum, Asila, K, Zara, Najma, Ella, Malalai, Alima, Kainat, Amida, and Shukriya. Okay, congratulations, everyone. So we are very excited to celebrate you officially today, and everyone will receive their certificates through their emails or WhatsApp number. Thank you.
Moskan, thank you so much. I must say, as you read through that list, I want to point out the picture on the right-hand side is the graduating class in 2021. So as we thank all these remarkable students for all of their accomplishments, their bravery, the vision that they have, we also have to thank you so much. You have accomplished so much with your vision and your belief in the need for education and your ability to provide it. So from 209 classes across multiple languages, 385 Afghan students, 52 Ukrainian students. We watched you pivot from the needs that were in Afghanistan to the needs of Afghan families as they came to the United States and needed assistance with cultural acclimation, language training, resume preparation, job placement. You did all of that. And then you kindly told your board as the events unfolded in Ukraine that we would do the same, that we must do the same for the women and the students of Ukraine. And so you're such a force of nature. We're all so grateful to you. So we want to thank you. We want to thank and congratulate the students, all the remarkable speakers and participants today. Thank you so much. It's just been a joy to have everyone together. In spite of hardship and challenges and moments when we feel a bit of despair, it's people like Mozgan, like Leslie, it's organizations and institutions like Eagle Online Academy that bind us up and advance the human condition, bring us forward. So thank you so much. Mozgan, any closing remarks for all of us before we end our session, end our graduation?
Thank you, Michelle, and thank you everyone for joining us. We understand how busy your schedules are, but still you give us your time and share your expertise, your stories. Everything was very inspiring. Thank you. And thank you, a special thank to Michelle Fine, that she has spent it like almost 3 weeks with me to put together all this event. And also that we also want to thank our another partner, Amy Mitchell, for putting her energy to make this event possible. Thank you.
Thank you all. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Thank you, Mozgan.